Navigating the signals of attraction can feel like solving a mysterious puzzle, leaving you guessing if she truly feels the same way. Knowing how to interpret her actions, words, and subtle gestures could change everything. How to know if she likes you doesn't have to remain a mystery. It's about reading between the lines and understanding the quiet language of affection. Whether it's the way her laughter lingers at your jokes, the way she mirrors your movements, or the unexpected texts she sends, her feelings might already be written in plain sight. Let's dive into the unmistakable signs that reveal her true emotions. Number 1. The core principle. Does she choose to be near you? Let's start with the basics. A woman who likes you wants to be around you. She'll initiate conversations, find reasons to engage, or simply place herself in your orbit. Now here's a universal truth about women. If they don't like you, or worse, if they're uncomfortable, they will find ways to avoid you. Subtle excuses, busy schedules, body language that screams back off. On the flip side, if she chooses to stay close, that's your first green flag. It's not just about proximity. It's about the energy she brings. Is she engaging with you or merely tolerating your presence? But context matters too. Is she there because she has to be? A waitress in a restaurant is friendly because it's her job. A colleague might be polite because you're in a shared professional space. Don't confuse situational kindness with personal interest. Instead, ask yourself this: would she still be near me if she didn't have to be? Number 2. Words, texts, and subtext. Let's talk about communication. Modern dating's intricate dance of words, texts, and hidden meanings. If you've exchanged numbers, pay attention to the rhythm of her replies. When she responds quickly and enthusiastically, she's engaged, she's curious, she's leaning in. On the flip side, a delayed response or one-word answers. That might be her way of signaling caution, or maybe even testing the waters to see how invested you are. But here's the thing. It's not just about timing. It's about how she speaks to you through those little bubbles of text. If her messages are rich with emojis, animated GIFs, and colorful phrases like seriously or hey, you're onto something. That's her saying, I'm here, I care, and I'm making the effort. And let's not forget the holy grail of texting. She messages you first. When she takes the lead, that's a green light. It's rare, it's bold, and it shows a spark of interest or intrigue she just couldn't ignore. Number 3. She made eye contact and quickly disconnected. In direct interactions, pay attention to her eyes and smile. These classic signs of nervousness are often amplified when a girl likes you. You might notice her stealing glances at you, but as soon as you look back, she quickly looks away. During a conversation, she may maintain eye contact for only a few seconds before averting her gaze. Twirling her hair, giving a shy smile, or avoiding prolonged eye contact are all signs that she likes you but is trying to hide it. However, if you're speaking with someone whose intense stare makes you uncomfortable, especially if they are unusually quiet and rarely blink, something is likely off. In such cases, they may be lying to you. Number 4. A smile is a constant sign that someone finds you attractive. And then, there's the smile. Oh, the magic of a smile. A real smile can light up a room, can't it? But here's the thing. Smiles can lie. They can be polished and practiced. The mouth may curve, but if the eyes don't follow suit, you've got yourself a mask, not a window to the soul. A true smile? It reaches the eyes. The corners crinkle, and those tiny lines we sometimes fuss over, crow's feet, come alive with joy. That's where authenticity lives. When someone smiles like that, they're not just smiling at you, they're inviting you into their moment of happiness. Think about the last time a smile left you unsettled. Maybe it looked right but felt wrong. The lips said, hello, but the eyes stayed cold. It's in these subtle cues, eyes that sparkle or stay still, that the real story unfolds. So, here's the takeaway. Pay attention. Notice how people look at you, how their smiles touch or don't touch their eyes. These moments of connection, when genuine, are where trust begins. Whether it's admiration, love, or a fleeting moment of joy, the eyes and the smile rarely lie. And hey, when you smile at someone next time, let it reach your eyes. Number 5. The spark of attention. When she remembers the smallest details from your past conversations, asks thoughtful questions, or listens with genuine interest, it's like a spotlight shining in your direction. That growing focus isn't random. It's a sign she might like you. It's not just about hearing words, it's about feeling seen. When she tunes in closely, it's her way of saying, I want to know you. I want to understand what makes you, you. That kind of energy is magnetic, isn't it? You're sharing a story, maybe a small one, and she's locked in, asking you questions that go deeper, finding threads that connect your lives. It's as if she's weaving a tapestry of shared experiences, a foundation for something meaningful. This isn't just conversation, it's discovery, connection, and maybe even the start of something extraordinary. On the flip side, when someone shows little interest, never asks about your life, always talks about themselves, it's clear their attention isn't on you. But when she leans in, both literally and emotionally, take notice. That growing attention is her way of inviting you into a deeper dialogue, one that could lead to something unforgettable. So, lean back in, because in the dance of connection, every step forward matters. Number 6, she teased playfully. Have you ever found yourself smiling at a witty remark from someone you like? Or maybe you've caught yourself tossing a lighthearted jab at someone just to see their reaction. That's playful teasing, a dynamic and often underestimated way to create connection and spark chemistry. Playful teasing taps into one of the most human desires, connection. It's a way of saying, I notice you, and I'm comfortable enough to joke with you. Picture this. She nudges you with a playful, wow, that's the second cup of coffee you've had this morning. Are you running a caffeine marathon? Do you A, defend yourself with a serious explanation? B, laugh and play along, the best answer? Lean into the joke. Respond with, I'm just fueling up to keep up with your wit. This not only shows that you're enjoying the interaction, but also that you're confident and don't take yourself too seriously. Confidence, after all, is magnetic. Not all teasing is playful. If her comments feel hurtful or mean-spirited, that's a red flag. Pay attention to the tone and context. If it feels off, address it calmly and honestly. Number 7, body language. Let's talk physical cues. If she likes you, she'll naturally close the distance. She might touch your arm lightly during a conversation or lean in when you speak. Small gestures, yes, but they're loud in meaning. On the other hand, if she consistently keeps her distance, folds her arms, or steps back when you get closer, take note. Women often communicate attraction, or lack thereof, through their bodies before their words. And here's a subtle yet powerful cue: mirroring. If she mirrors your gestures or posture, it's often subconscious and can be a sign of comfort and connection. Number 8, the energy of enthusiasm. When a woman likes you, her excitement isn't forced, it's effortless. She'll light up when you enter a room. She'll want to share moments with you, no matter how mundane. Contrast this with neutral or detached behavior. If her interactions feel routine, you're likely in the friend zone or polite acquaintance territory. Here's the most important part of all this. No sign matters if you're not showing up as your best self. Women notice confidence, not arrogance, but a quiet self-assurance that says, I'm comfortable with who I am. Too many men overanalyze signs while forgetting to be present. They focus on whether she likes them rather than asking, "Do I like her? Do we connect on a deeper level?" Number 9. She closes the gap. One of the most telling signs of interest lies in how someone positions themselves. If a girl consistently turns her body toward you when talking, it's a positive indicator. Open body language, such as facing you directly, signals confidence and comfort in your presence. In contrast, crossed arms or legs can suggest she's feeling guarded or hesitant. But here's the twist. Not all closed-off body language means she's uninterested. It could also mean she's nervous or shy. If she sits with her legs crossed, look at her feet. If they are pointed towards you, it means she likes you and wants to get closer to you. Proximity is another important clue. If she leans in or stands closer to you than necessary, she's likely comfortable being in your personal space. Number 10. She finds reasons to touch you. Imagine this. She gently brushes a speck of lint off your shoulder or lightly taps your arm while laughing at your joke. Could it be intentional? When someone you like finds reasons to touch you, whether it's fixing your collar, playfully bumping shoulders, or casually resting a hand on your forearm during a conversation, it might be a sign of interest. But what's behind this behavior? These touches, while seemingly casual, often reflect a deeper desire for closeness. But be mindful. Mutual comfort and respect are key. Don't get stuck overanalyzing. Instead, pay attention to the overall context and her other actions. Is she engaging with you, making eye contact, or laughing at your jokes? Building attraction isn't about force, it's about understanding. It could be the beginning of something special. Number 11. She asks you personal questions. When someone asks you personal questions, especially ones that show genuine interest in your life and preferences, it's often a sign that they may have feelings for you. At first glance, it might seem like a simple exchange of information, but these types of questions often point to something deeper: curiosity about you, your personality, and your heart. When someone shows a deep interest in your thoughts, feelings, and experiences, they are essentially creating an emotional bridge between the two of you. It's not just small talk, it's an invitation to open up. And if they seem to care enough to ask about the things that truly matter to you, it might be their way of signaling they want to be more involved in your life, both in the present and possibly in the future. Let's take a closer look at an example. Imagine you're talking to someone, and they ask, "What's your most cherished memory from childhood?" Or, "If you could achieve one big dream in life, what would it be?" These aren't questions you'd typically ask a stranger or a casual acquaintance. They indicate that the person wants to know not just about you, but who you are, what drives you, what shapes you. Number 12. She acts cold when you talk about other girls. She might get distant, short-tempered, or even change the subject when other girls are mentioned. This could be a sign of jealousy, a powerful emotion that often lurks beneath the surface, even when she tries to hide it. In these situations, it's important to recognize that jealousy is often a reflection of deep care and insecurity. She may not want to openly admit her feelings because she fears it could make her seem vulnerable, but she's likely uncomfortable with the idea that you're paying attention to someone else. It's not about distrust, but rather about her desire to feel special and valued in your eyes. Number 13. Signs of anxiety or restlessness. Signs of nervousness or attraction are often subtle, yet revealing. One clear indicator is how she might touch certain parts of her body, like her neck, collarbone, or lips. These areas are sensitive, and she may instinctively highlight them to draw attention, even without realizing it. Moreover, when someone is nervous around someone they like, they may engage in behaviors that reflect discomfort or self-consciousness. For instance, avoiding eye contact is a common sign. She might glance away quickly when your eyes meet, signaling a blend of attraction and hesitation. Similarly, body orientation plays a role. She might subtly turn her body away or angle it toward the exit, subconsciously creating some space between herself and the source of anxiety. Another common sign is fidgeting, playing with her hair, adjusting her clothes, or shifting in her seat. These little actions are her body's way of coping with nerves. Have you ever noticed these signs in someone you're interested in? Understanding these subtle cues can help you navigate interactions with more confidence. It's all about being aware of the unspoken messages people send through body language. If you're wondering how to decode these further, think about the context. If she's making these movements while you're talking, it likely means she's trying to impress you, or at least she's feeling the pressure of wanting to connect. Number 14. Notice her style. One of the clearest signs is how she dresses. While not every girl will opt for bold outfits, many will pay extra attention to their appearance when they know they'll be seeing someone they like. This could mean choosing clothes that highlight her best features, or ensuring she looks her absolute best, whether it's through carefully selected outfits, polished makeup, or styled hair. She might wear something you've complimented her on in the past, or simply put in more effort to appear well put together around you. The psychology behind this stems from a desire to make a positive impression. It's a way of saying, I care about how I appear in front of you. But how can you be sure? Pay attention to whether she seems to look a little different when she's around you, perhaps wearing a dress you complimented or shifting her usual style to something bolder. If she interacts with you more on social media or texts you more frequently than usual, those are also clear signs of interest. Notice these small changes and consider whether she seems to be putting extra effort into how she approaches you. You might find that she's trying to impress you, just as you hope to impress her. Number 15. Damsel in distress moment. When a girl pretends to be vulnerable, it's often a subtle way of testing your reactions. This test isn't always about manipulation. It's more about gauging how much you care or how you will respond in a delicate situation. Imagine this. She says, "I'm so cold," or "I don't understand this homework at all." In these moments, she's not necessarily asking for help, but instead, observing how you'll react. Will you offer her your jacket, or take the time to explain things in a thoughtful way? How you respond could tell her a lot about your emotional intelligence and willingness to support her. Why do girls sometimes act this way? It's rooted in a desire for reassurance and connection. She might be looking to see if you're attentive to her needs, even if they're framed in playful or exaggerated ways. Psychologically, this is often linked to the need for emotional validation, which is common in early relationship dynamics. However, it's essential to be mindful of the dynamics. While testing for reassurance can be endearing, it's important to not fall into patterns of self-deception, where pretending becomes a way to manipulate others or avoid addressing deeper emotional needs. Instead, authenticity is key. Be yourself, and don't feel pressured to pass a test to prove your worth. After all, genuine connections are based on mutual respect and understanding, not games. Number 16. Her tone of voice changes when she is around you. When a girl is around someone she likes, her voice often changes in ways that are subtle but revealing. For example, her tone may soften, her pitch may rise, and she may speak more slowly or with more warmth. This behavior is driven by a natural desire to be more appealing and to signal interest. Additionally, a phenomenon called phonetic convergence suggests that people unconsciously start to match the way the other person speaks, whether it's in the speed of speech or tone. If she's trying to impress or connect, her voice may even mirror yours, subtly signaling a desire for closeness. These changes are involuntary and signal that she enjoys your presence or wants to become more attractive to you. Number 17. She talks to everyone but you. Imagine the situation. She's engaging with others effortlessly, laughing and sharing stories. But as soon as you enter the picture, she becomes quiet and reserved. What's going on here? Could it be that she values your opinion so much that the pressure of saying something perfect keeps her from speaking freely? It's a common experience where the fear of being judged or saying something awkward creates a mental block, making her overly cautious around you. She's likely trying to impress you, concerned that she might say something that isn't interesting or that might make her look bad. This could lead to her retreating into silence rather than risking the chance of making a mistake. Acknowledge the tension without pointing it out too directly. Try to engage her in a way that doesn't add more pressure. Ask open-ended questions, show genuine curiosity, and let the conversation flow naturally. By making her feel at ease and valued, you'll slowly open the door to more meaningful interactions. Number 18. Pay attention to how she treats others. If a girl is flirting with you, it doesn't necessarily mean she likes you. She might simply enjoy flirting, or she might not even realize she's doing it. The best way to know is to observe how she behaves with others. If she treats you differently from everyone else, perhaps by holding her gaze on you a little longer than anyone else, or being gentler when teasing you, there's a good chance she might like you. Number 19. Test her interest by asking her for help. Want to know if she's truly interested in you? One subtle way is by asking for small favors. But here's the key: don't overdo it. It's all about finding that sweet spot. If you casually ask her for something minor, like a pen or some gum, how does she respond? Is she eager to help, or does she hesitate? A genuine sign of interest could be her willingness to go out of her way for these little requests. Think about it. When someone really likes you, they'll be happy to lend a hand, even for the smallest thing. But be careful not to take this too far. If you're constantly asking for help, it might make her feel like you're taking advantage of her, or worse, that you're not self-sufficient. That could turn her off, especially if she feels like you're testing her or being too demanding. Instead, keep it light and spontaneous. A well-timed request can show her that you value her presence without overwhelming her. Asking for help is not just about getting what you need. It's also a way to see how she reacts when you're vulnerable. Think about this. When you show someone that you trust them enough to ask for help, it can build a deeper connection. If you offer value in your interactions, you'll get the value you seek in return. Whether she's offering you that pen or a piece of advice, her actions will speak volumes. When trying to figure out how to know if she likes you, it's important to pay attention to the subtle signs, like her body language, how she engages in conversation, or the effort she puts into spending time with you. It's not always about grand gestures. Sometimes, the smallest moments, like a playful smile or a text to check in on you, can speak volumes. However, remember this: confidence in yourself and your intentions is key. Don't overthink, but take note of the signals she's giving you. Trust in your instincts and be patient. Sometimes, the best connections unfold naturally over time. We're here to support you on your journey to success with women. If you're feeling hesitant about your interactions when you first start dating, our next video, How to Attract a Girl on a First Date,
will show you how to be more confident in your fears. If you found this helpful, show your support by hitting the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, The Stoic Goddess. Share your thoughts in the comments, and tap the notification bell to catch more amazing videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.